Are cramps and weak muscles really just because of aging? The truth may change the way you walk. Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier and heavier? Some mornings, as soon as you step out of bed, they no longer feel steady, or in the middle of the night, you wake up with a painful cramp in your calf. Many people, even you perhaps, often sigh, "Well, it's just old age." But the truth isn't always that simple. I've met many patients over 60 who thought weak legs were just fate. But after looking closer, I found two silent culprits. First, the loss of muscle mass with age, what medicine calls sarcopenia. And second, chronic low-grade inflammation. Subtle, not always obvious, but enough to stiffen joints, reduce blood flow, and make nerves more sensitive. Imagine your legs as two pillars holding up the house of your body. If the muscles shrink, the pillars weaken. If inflammation keeps burning quietly, the pillars slowly erode. That's why even standing up from a chair feels slow, or walking a short distance feels like carrying heavy stones. One of my patients, David, age 68, was so used to nightly cramps that he kept a bottle of cold water by his bed. Each time a cramp struck, he'd sit up, massage, drink, and try to sleep again. He believed it was just old age knocking. But when we changed his diet, adding a bit more protein to each meal, omega-3 from fatty fish, and light daily exercise, within months he noticed a big change. The cramps eased, his morning steps felt lighter, and most importantly, he no longer believed that getting older meant accepting weakness. Science has shown that what we eat can be a powerful tool to reduce inflammation and preserve muscle. A proper diet doesn't just ease pain and stiffness, it extends the life of your legs so they can carry you through the park, up a few stairs, or let you rise from a chair without holding on. You may be thinking, "I'm already past 60. Can change still help?" The answer is, it's never too late. The body has an amazing capacity to recover. Like a garden neglected for years, the soil may be dry and the plants wilted, but with water and proper care, it can flourish again. Your legs are the same. They're waiting for you to give them a chance. That's why in this video, I want to take you deeper into the real causes behind weakening legs, and more importantly, into nutrition and supplement solutions proven by modern science. Small changes that can transform the way you walk, the way you stand, and the way you live stronger in the years ahead. 2 root causes. When we pass the age of 50, our legs start sending strange signals. Some people find it harder to rise from a soft chair. Others wake at night with painful cramps. Most simply blame it on getting old. But in reality, medicine points to 2 hidden culprits. The first is sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. Think of muscle as the cushion that protects joints and bones. When it shrinks, that cushion disappears. Simple actions like standing up, climbing a few steps, or walking to a neighbor's house become heavy and tiring. Many people feel they're slowing down, but in truth, their muscles just aren't strong enough to support them. The second is chronic low-grade inflammation. This isn't the obvious redness, swelling, or pain you see when injured. It's more like a silent fire burning inside, making blood vessels stiff, joints less flexible, and nerves more sensitive. One of my elderly patients once told me, "Doctor, every morning I need a few minutes to massage my legs before I dare to walk." That's inflammation quietly limiting each step. When these two combine, muscle shrinking while inflammation erodes, the legs become like a bridge weakening under heavy weight. The good news is we're not powerless. There are ways to preserve muscle, calm inflammation, and restore strength to our legs. Nutrition and supplement strategies. 1. Adequate protein. The body is like a construction site, and protein is the bricks and stones that build muscle. The problem is, as we age, we absorb and use protein less efficiently. That's why doctors recommend more protein after 50, not less. I often tell patients, at each meal, ask yourself, do you have enough building blocks for muscle? A bowl of Greek yogurt in the morning, fish or chicken at lunch, a few eggs or lentils at dinner. That's how you keep your muscles alive. And don't forget leucine, the amino acid that switches on mTOR, the power button for muscle growth. Whey protein, eggs, and soy are key sources. Omega-3. Omega-3 works like lubrication for circulation and a fire extinguisher for inflammation. One of my patients, Mary, added salmon and sardines to dinner 3 times a week. After 2 months, she told me, my legs feel lighter. Even my evening walks are easier. Nothing magical, just science. Omega-3 reduces vascular inflammation, improves blood flow, and protects peripheral nerves, which often cause tingling and numbness with age. If fish is difficult, fish oil or algae oil are reliable alternatives. Number 3, collagen peptides plus vitamin C. If protein is the bricks, collagen is the cement that connects tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Aging makes them dry and brittle, leading to joint pain and stiffness. One older patient developed the habit of mixing collagen powder into orange juice each morning. He laughed. I'm not sure if it's the collagen, but my knees don't crack as much when I climb stairs anymore. Science confirms it. Collagen peptides need 8 to 12 weeks to show clear results, especially when paired with vitamin C, which helps collagen bind to tissue. Steady and patient, and you'll feel the difference. 4. Creatine monohydrate. Creatine is usually linked to athletes, but research shows it helps older adults too. Think of it as extra fuel stored in muscle fibers, giving you the strength to rise faster and walk further. One gentleman once told me, I was afraid of the gym, but with creatine, I finally had the energy to try a few light exercises. Just 3 to 5 grams daily with a meal is enough. For people who don't exercise much, creatine is even more valuable because it helps preserve what muscle remains. 5. Glucosamine sulfate. If you heard of joint supplements, you've heard of glucosamine. But here's the truth. It isn't a miracle cure. It's a long-term companion. It works slowly, often after 4 to 8 weeks, but with consistency, many people notice their knees grind less and mornings feel less stiff. One of my patients, allergic to shellfish, used a different glucosamine source and still saw benefits. Patience is key because the body needs time to heal. 6. Curcumin. In many Asian kitchens, there's turmeric powder, the source of curcumin. In modern supplement form, with piperine, phytosome, or nanoformulas for better absorption, it becomes a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. Studies show curcumin can reduce joint pain almost as effectively as mild anti-inflammatory drugs, but with fewer side effects. One elderly woman told me, after a few weeks of curcumin, I can slip on my shoes faster in the morning. A small sign, but proof that the fire of inflammation can be cooled. Linking symptoms. Now, let's connect those familiar symptoms with what we've discussed. Do you often get nighttime cramps? That's not random. It often means your body lacks protein, lacks leucine to build muscle, or lacks minerals like magnesium and potassium. Weak muscles combined with inflamed, hypersensitive nerves mean even a tiny signal can trigger painful spasms. What about the heavy feeling in your calves when walking? That's usually a sign of poor circulation. Blood struggles to reach the lower limbs, leaving muscles undernourished. Omega-3, light exercise, and proper hydration can make a big difference. Some patients have told me that just adding a few extra glasses of water each day, along with regular walks, made their legs feel as if they were pumped with new energy. The key is this: don't see these symptoms as an unavoidable sentence of aging. Once you understand the root causes, you can take action. Add protein at each meal, try collagen in the morning, or talk to your doctor about creatine. Your body will respond with positive signs. Fewer cramps, easier standing, lighter steps. Your legs are loyal companions, carrying you through every stage of life. Now you have the chance to give them back some strength, to help them continue walking with you, not just today, but for the many years ahead. Conclusion. So today, we've taken a closer look at your legs, the two pillars that have faithfully carried you through so many decades. From your very first steps in childhood to running after your children, carrying your grandchildren, or walking through airports on long trips. But your legs are just like any loyal friend. If neglected, if left without care, they begin to weaken, speaking out quietly through pain, nighttime cramps, or the heavy feeling you notice each morning. You see, weak legs aren't simply what happens when you get old. There are real causes, real roots: muscle loss, chronic inflammation, poor circulation. And once we know the causes, we can act. Don't ever think that at 60 or 70 it's too late. The human body has a remarkable capacity to heal, if only you give it the chance. I want you to recall the garden image we spoke of earlier. A withering garden can bloom again with the right water and nutrients. Your legs are no different. Add enough protein to feed your muscles each day. Add omega-3s from a few servings of fatty fish to keep your blood flowing freely. Add collagen, creatine, or curcumin when needed to soothe inflammation and strengthen connective tissue. None of this requires you to become an athlete. It only asks for small, consistent steps of change. I remember one patient who once told me, "My biggest regret was waiting too long to start." But thankfully, he still had time to feel the difference. After just a few months of dietary changes and supplements, he said, "Now I can rise from a chair without pushing off with my hands." Such a simple statement, but for someone who had struggled every morning, it was nothing short of liberation. And so I want to ask you, 5 years from now, what do you want your legs to feel like? Do you want to walk confidently to the park with your grandchild? Do you want to travel, to climb a few steps without fear? Or perhaps, do you simply want to rise from bed each morning with lightness and comfort in your stride? All of that begins with a choice you make today. That's why this week, I encourage you to try just one small change. Add a portion of protein to your breakfast. Eat salmon or sardines 2 or 3 times this week. Drink an extra glass of water when your legs feel heavy. Then pay attention to the signals your body sends back after a few weeks. Maybe you'll notice fewer cramps. Maybe your steps will feel lighter. That will be your body's way of confirming you're on the right path. Don't sit waiting for the miracle of youth to return. Create your own miracle by nourishing your body now. Because growing older does not mean surrendering to weakness. Growing older can mean growing wiser, learning to listen to your body, and knowing how to give it what it truly needs. If today's message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every week, I'll share practical knowledge and simple tips that can transform your quality of life after 50 and 60. And you won't miss any opportunity to care for yourself with wisdom and confidence. So let this week be your beginning. One small change, one simple decision, but one that opens the door to a longer, stronger, more energetic journey. For your legs and for your life.